Hello and welcome to my next instructional video. In my first two videos, I taught you how to make a slip knot and how to hold your yarn. For this video, I'm going to teach you how to chain. Once you're holding your yarn in the correct way, you're going to yarn over. You're going to maneuver your left hand and bring that yarn over your hook. Let's do that again. There you go. If that's really tricky for you, you can also use your right hand, go under the yarn, and that's another way to get your yarn over your hook. That's the first step. The next step is bringing this piece of yarn you just put on top of your hook through the hole down here. Now, in order to bring it through the hole, through the ring, we're going to need a little bit of room in between our slip knot and our crochet hook. You can do this by either pulling your crochet hook up a little bit or using your middle finger and your thumb to pull down, or a combination of the two. As you pull your piece of yarn through your ring, what you can do is point your hook down towards the table. That way, when you pull it out to the right, it's bringing that piece of yarn through your slip knot, and that'll get you a nice, beautiful chain. And that's your first chain. We're going to do that again, and we're going to do it 15 times. Yarn over, twist your hook down, pull to the right, underneath there, and I'm just kind of lifting it up so you guys can see. You don't actually have to lift it up, but you can pull it through like so, if it's comfortable for you. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm kind of giving myself a little bit more yarn to work with for each next stitch, and I'm doing that by pulling my pointer finger out. I can also, as I chain, relocate my thumb and my middle finger to be closer to my crochet hook. That's two. 1, 2. Yarn over, twist crochet hook down, pull through, like so. If you want a looser tension, all you have to do is pull your hook more. As you pull your hook more, making that loop larger. As you pull it back with your pointer finger, it's pulling the tension back. Let's move our middle finger and our thumb up a little bit more so we have more control and more stability. Yarn over, twist down, pull through. Yarn over, twist down, pull through. Let's readjust. Yarn over, twist down, pull through. Yarn over, twist down, pull through. Yarn over, twist down, pull through. If you ever lose track of how many stitches that you've made, how many chains you've made in this instance, you're going to count the bumps. 1, 2, and not this little loop down here at the bottom. That's just a slip knot. That doesn't count as a chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're also not going to count the one that's on your hook either. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Notice how every time I need a little bit more yarn, I get it by pulling my pointer finger back. I loosen up my pinky a little bit, pull my pointer finger back, and then I grab more yarn that way. Now, we're going to go ahead and make a line of single crochets. You're going to make your very first stitch. let's skip this stitch right here. That's so close to the yarn that's wrapped around our crochet hook. We're not going to work into that one. We're going to go into this hook, like this bump right here, this top bump. That is what we're going to connect. That is what we are going to add a single crochet on top of. This right here. I'm going to put my crochet hook underneath that bump, like so. Underneath this top bump, right there. Just like our chaining, we start by yarning over, twisting our crochet hook down, and pulling through. Don't pull through both of the rings on your crochet hook. Just pull through that first one. We just created a ring by going underneath that bump. That's the one that we're going to pull this through. Yarn over, twist down, pull, not too hard because you don't want to accidentally go through both those rings. You're just going to go through that first one. That was really just the bump. Now let's look at that beautiful ring you made. Using this working yarn, you made a ring. Good job. That's the first step of a single crochet. The second step is the same thing, but you're going to go through both rings. Yarn over, twist down, and this time we're going to pull our working yarn through both of those rings. Give yourself a little space between, give yourself a little space between this hook and where you're going to pull that yarn through, the bottom of these loops, by pulling down with your middle finger and your thumb, pulling down this string of chains and pulling up on your crochet hook, because look, that's giving you some room, isn't it? While I was showing you that, I lost my yarn. So I have to yarn over again, bend down, or twist down, pull through both, and you have just made your very first single crochet. Very well done. Beautiful. If you can tell, we refer to this as a V because it is a V. It's got our left side and our right side, and there's a corner. That is a single crochet. We just created a single crochet that was connected to the top bump of a chain. Beautifully done. Let's do another one. We're going to work into the next bump. Now, this part can get a little tricky. If you can tell, you're probably wondering, well, which one is the next one? Is it this area that has a hole? Or is it this area that doesn't have a hole? It's this one right here, you guys. If you can pull up a little bit with your pointer finger and it brings up a hole, that means you've already worked into that. This is attached inside of there. We've already done our job for that part. We're going to go on to the next bump. Okay? This bump right there. It hasn't been worked into yet. It's its turn. Okay. Putting your crochet hook underneath that bump. We've got our ring on our crochet hook and we've got that bump on our crochet hook. Yarn over. Now this is a little tricky to see, isn't it? Because our single crochet kind of went with us. But you know what we're doing, and I can kind of twist it to show you too. Twist your crochet hook so you can hook into that yarn. And remember, this is the first step of our single crochet. There's 2 steps. Step 1, go through that first bump. Now we've got our 2 rings. Step 2, yarn over, pull through both. Okay, so you pull through one, then you pull through the second one. And there you go. Look at that. Beautiful work. We've got 2 single crochets now. There's a nice V, and there's a nice V. And this is what we've got on our hook still for our next one. Can you tell which one we go into? It's not this one. We've already done our work in there. You can tell it's been worked on. It's this one right here. The next bump. Go underneath that bump, yarn over, pull through. That's step one. Yarn over, pull through both. Go into the next bump. Yarn over, pull through one. Yarn over, pull through two. Put your crochet hook through the next bump, under the next bump. Yarn over, pull through one. Yarn over, pull through two. And again, this is called a single crochet, or an SC for short. This is all US terminology. That's important. US terminology, not UK terminology. This is something different in UK terminology. Crochet hook under the first bump, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two. Anytime you need a little more yarn, just pull that pointer finger. Yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two. Look where my middle finger and my thumb is this entire time. It's just kind of keeping what I'm working into, my next steps, keeping it nice and tight for me. Yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two. Yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through two. This is what it's looking like. These are our single crochets up here. All of these V's. That's the top of our single crochet. That's what the top of a single crochet looks like. Pull through one, pull through two. 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 Pull through one, and pull through two. That's the end. At this point, you're probably wondering, what about this little spot over here? This light's very bright. Here we go. Pull. Get a little further away from the light here. Focus in. Okay. As you're pulling with your middle and your thumb, you're going to have this little thing down here. Don't worry about that. That's that slip knot from earlier. Don't worry about it at all. This looks lovely. Now, at the end of our row, that's what we just made. We call it a row. At the end of our row, we're going to do an extra of whatever stitch we just did. What were we doing? We were doing single crochets. So we're going to do an extra one. It's really just a chain. I should say we're just really doing another chain. Yarn over, pull through one. Okay, good. Now we're done. This is going to be a lovely little coaster. A lovely little tiny coaster. For our next row, by the way, great job. For our next row, let's flip this. That way we can work from right to left again. We don't really want to work from left to right. What do? Flip our work, and there we go. We're ready. Now, this is our chain here. And I will show you how to do the next row of single crochets in our next video. Thanks for watching.